me and my isolation buddy here. Just wanted to leave you a little message around how to not kill each other in captivation. I know it's a really terrible expression, but a lot of people have reached out to me and they're like, oh my God, suddenly I have to work from home and I've got all my family here and my kids, and I'm trying to manage my business, especially if you're business owners and you're going through dire straits at the moment. You need a clear head, and that's not possible when you've got kids and a life partner and everything else running around and, I don't know, responsibilities. It's all happening at once. So how do you just create a little bit of space in the chaos to stay grounded so that you can make some good decisions and keep your cool? Number one is you can't wing this. Coping is not a strategy. Okay, so just get that out of your system. And being like super productive and staying high paced for 13 days straight, you know who I'm talking to, Mark, that is also not a strategy. You have to be on purpose in your days and your weeks, regardless. It doesn't matter if you're working from home or you're working from Timbuktu. It really is pointless even trying to have an excuse around that. The point is, this is now and this is your reality. So what do you need to be achieving? How do you best think, work, write, get your creative space, your me time? And if it has to be just a little corner of isolation that's a sacred space in the house, then make that your Zen space. When we go into hotel rooms or we go into beautiful yoga studios or maybe go into a retail store, we're like, oh, look how nice. They've got a little corner area that you can just sit there and have a cup of tea. And, why not create something like that that's just like the safe zone in your house? And when someone's in the safe zone, you don't go and interrupt their space. When they're in the safe zone, they get uninterrupted 10 or 15 minutes of me time. And please don't make the toilet your safe zone. And make it, a place where you want to hang out. Make it comfy and make it cozy. And it could be like a nook in the windowsill with some plants and whatever. I don't know. I mean, it's up to you to get creative. You've got time to look on Pinterest for that. But most importantly is create a space that is sacred where you have the ceremony to go and have some me time. Don't try and work on top of each other. It just won't work. It doesn't matter how big a space you have. There is just an inch of that real estate that is just going to be for someone to go and get some time out. The second thing is communicate. You can't expect people to know what you need or want if you don't tell them. So bottling everything up and getting frustrated is on you. It's not on them. That is on you going, listen, we're all going to live in this space together. We've never really cohabitated with as much time like this, with as much intensity and the added stress. So let's have a huddle and talk about what our personal needs are. Like someone might really need that loud metal music. Someone else might want to listen to Zen music. I mean, you've got to have all these personalities in one household. So communicate and make a plan around that and respect people's needs and wants and wishes. And if you have to make a schedule or you have to give your kids some headphones or, do whatever it takes to give everyone a sense of individualism and create a collective group that everybody's accepted. And that personal creativity is honored. So the only way you can do that is if you speak up and figure that out. The third thing I want to say is just, cut yourself some slack, because what was working for you right up until this point is not going to work anymore. It's irrelevant to some degree because you're in a new environment. It's like the Marine Corps, the 1st Battalion go in and they set everything up, right? So you are the 1st Battalion of your family. You have to set everything up with your new landscape. And that means being practical, your resources, your water, your food, your necessities. Someone should not eat all the mallow cakes in the freezer on the first day. Like, start being adult about this. You have to probably bunker down a little bit, and you're not going to want to go to the supermarket store. It's actually start having some respect for resources and for food that we have and for what we can do with it. And instead of being a generation of consuming, maybe look at how you can co-create some stuff as well. And the fourth thing I want to say is get creative and have some fun. Bring charades back, do card games, do interactions, get your brains going, develop new skills. Look at, guitar online. If you need to put an amplifier kind of silencer on your kid's guitar or a silent drum kit or whatever, order it online and get that happening. Whatever you can do to cohabitate, to co-create and be productive during this time and allow creative expression to come out without stepping on each other's toes is really important. Now, the fifth and final thing is I don't care whether you've done yoga for 25 years or you like to do headstands and you think you're all zen. This is going to get to you. Living with people in close proximity all the time, feeling under financial pressure, not knowing exactly what's going to happen, having to be a pioneer and not just follow everyone, being looked at for decisions with your family and for your partner. And this is the reality. It is not easy. So anyone that sits there going, yeah, this is a piece of cake, they're obviously in denial, because what we're being forced to do is to really reevaluate everything, and to also look at where the shadow spots were, the places that we weren't paying attention to. I think that's really interesting. Like, times like these really show where you're not prepared and you weren't wanting to look, like your finances or your relationships. Really be on purpose. The 2020 situation with this pandemic is calling all of us to be on purpose. It's calling all of us to be more accountable, to not just consume information, but to question it, to not just go along on autopilot, but to be accountable, and to not just to judge other people, but actually take responsibility for our own side of the street. If we can do those three things, if we can be curious and not consume, if we can be connected and to what we really want rather than just being on autopilot, and if we can be accepting rather than judging. Oh my God, can you imagine how cool this place is going to be when we all come out of this? Start that at home. Start there with yourself too. Don't have regret about what got you to this point. Don't judge yourself for not having more money in the bank, or, everyone's doing it tough. Everybody is in the same boat to some degree. So if you feel that your government or the community can do more, put some ideas in. I'd love small businesses to be subsidized so they can keep their staff. We've got lots of things we can do to be creative and to have initiatives. But most important right now, your mindset. Don't wing it. Coping is not a strategy. Arguing with people is not going to get you anywhere. Frustration is a lack of discipline. It's a lack of self-awareness. It's a lack of communication. And it's a lack of not just being accountable. So no more manipulation. No more pointing the fingers. Start to be the leader that you want to be. Start to be the change that you want to see. Start to communicate clearly with your family, and just start being honest, because we're in it. I hope the videos coming up are going to help you. Thank you for tuning in to Vitality Coach TV, for subscribing, liking the videos. Roxy looks very disinterested, as you can see, but we do our best here. She's done so many shows today. And I just tell you that I'm here. I might be over the other side of the world or through the screen or whatever else, but we're all energetically connected. We're all there for each other. We all have knowledge and power and wisdom and insights and things to share and to be collective with. So keep that vibration, keep that connection, and be kind and compassionate. And don't throw shade and don't be judgy, because it's just not going to get you anywhere. And don't fight through this. Just be graceful. And be intelligent, smart, creative, and compassionate. And I'll see you throughout this journey. So thanks so much. thevitalitycoach.com.au. You can join my Instagram at Fogden-Moore. I love a bit of Insta, and Facebook at Fogden-Moore. And I hope this message is just giving you a tiny reminder of how you can utilize this time in a small space to do great things. Thanks for tuning in.